Hey everyone, this is Jax here from Popcorn Review Podcast. This will be my first ever episode, so I appreciate you guys listening and watching. I'm going to do a couple of reviews today on some movies, but I just would like to talk about what things we may talk about on this podcast here. So I do reviews, or I'm going to do reviews on movies, TV shows, possibly some anime, cartoons. I also collect action figures, pops, probably talk about wrestling, maybe even some of the old shows we used to watch growing up. I will say I appreciate you guys listening, but today we're going to get into a couple movies here. I have two on the screen here: Wicked, Captain America Brave New World. Wicked was a great movie. I would say I give it about 8.9 out of 10. Not really into musicals, but the lady who, played Elphaba killed that role. She absolutely sang her heart out there. You definitely felt that in your bones, your soul. You definitely felt when she was singing. It does show you a different perspective of the Wizard of Oz, showing you that the wizard was evil and everyone around him who actually knew he was evil was just as bad. Um, you know, Showed you how Elphaba was forced into the role of the Wicked Witch, even though she was actually a kind-hearted person. Shows you what society would really do to people if you look different. They do it now in the real world. If you look a little bit different, society's going to shun you or just say that you're the bad one. Watch out for you. And it's just because, in this case, the color of her skin was green. Elphaba was actually probably one of the most kind-hearted people in the movie, and it shows you that Glinda was actually the one that would be able to be persuaded or changed or wasn't that great of a person. Again, great movie. Highly recommend that movie. Um, I did watch it in theaters, so the experience out for that was great in theaters. I also watched it at home with my family. Both times enjoyed it. Can't wait to see part two. Again, highly recommend it. If you haven't watched it, sorry if I spoiled it for you, but as of right now, it is on Peacock. You can watch it there. I'll also say that Captain America: The Brave New World. A lot of people were hating on this movie, saying that he's not Captain America, he's not Steve Rogers, he's not this, he's not that. That's all true. He's Captain America, though. He was chosen by Steve Rogers, who passed off the mantle to him, which makes him Marvel's new Captain America. He doesn't have powers. He is just a good man. What was the reason why Steve was chosen to take the serum? Because he was a good man. Steve, or Cap, I should say, knew that he was the best man for the job because he was a good man. So for all those people who were hating, oh, he doesn't have powers, he wouldn't be able to fight, he wouldn't be able to do this, he wouldn't be able to do that. I get it. But then again, he was chosen by the man himself, who now gives him the powers or the mantle and the shield when he retired to make him Captain America. So if you guys like it or not, he is your Captain America, our Captain America. Um, Loved his suits in the movies. It was kind of nice to show that he's working with Wakanda to make his suit out of vibranium. Also, kind of have that push off with the force, kind of have like Black Panther had when he was getting beat up or taking blows. It'll kind of push a force field or some force off and push people away. So that was kind of cool. Still has his wings, so that's how he gets around, flies, doesn't jump or anything like that. Loved it. CGI was on point. A lot of the Marvel movies lately for the past couple years, the CGI has been really bad. This one, from what I can tell, from what I've seen, great CGI. Highly recommend this movie. If I haven't said it already, 8.5 out of 10. This is definitely going in a great direction for Marvel. I will definitely say that cannot wait, and I want to say that again, cannot wait until Captain America stands there and says, Avengers Assemble. Can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to see it. It was nice to see this dynamic with Cap and his Falcon, which was different with Steve and Sam. So it was nice to see that. This is a comic book movie. So again, there is going to be some people that are saying, oh, this is unrealistic. And it was. Surfing on a missile like it's Fortnite. Yeah, it was unrealistic. But again, it is a comic book movie. Pushing off missiles so they don't blow into ships, blowing up from a missile, even if it was just a shrapnel hitting Falcon. Should have died, but they're not going to kill off everybody. A lot of people are also hating, they're saying that the Red Hulk didn't show up enough. Yeah, makes sense. Hulk is super strong. I think the only people who could really fight Hulk is what Abomination, Red Hulk, Thor, a few guys from Asgard. So really, these guys weren't in that movie. So if the Red Hawk was in this movie, the entirety of this movie, he would have massacred and killed everybody. There would have been no plot to the next movie. So again, I understand why you guys are upset. He wasn't in the movie fully. But again, if the Red Hawk was in that movie, the entirety of this movie, he would have murdered everybody. He was in it exactly the amount of time he needed to be in the movie. Made a lot of sense. Cannot wait to see the future of Marvel again. Both of these two movies here, both saw both of them in theaters. Highly recommend both. Again, Wicked, 8.9. Captain America, Brave New World, 8.5. Two different spectrums of type of movies. So if you like one over the other, if you like musicals, go watch Wicked. If you like comic book movies, go watch, Captain America, Brave New World. I recommend both. But there is one movie that I was hoping that was good, and it actually wasn't. So I'm gonna pull it over to the screen here. Love Hurts. That movie was expected a lot more, kind of like a John Wick vibe. Some of the fight scenes I would say were that way, but this movie was very comedy driven. Um, expected more, with the rated R movie, if I'm not mistaken. I expected more. It did come out around Valentine's Day, so I understand how it was kind of, again, a love story, but it didn't make sense to me. An hour and a half watching that movie. Good thing I watched it from home. Wouldn't have given this a time of day in theaters. Watch this movie from home. I think it's on Amazon right now. Was hoping for a better movie. I'm growing up watching kung fu movies, karate movies, Three Ninjas, stuff like that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, kung fu movies. Just expected more from this. Watch Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Michael Jai White, all those guys, karate fight and style. Very serious driven movies. Kind of was hoping this would kind of be serious as well, but it was more of a love story and didn't give me what I wanted out of a kung fu movie or fighting movie. I personally give this maybe a 4, 5 max out of 10. Not a fan. Not a fan. If you're going in there for the fight scenes, those are pretty cool. I think somebody at one point was throwing feathers, and he was the only one that can control these feathers when he was throwing them. Okay, you're an assassin throwing feathers. I mean, it makes sense to me. You know, Again, love story came out around Valentine's Day. Expected more from it. Not a fan. Um, right now, you can watch it on Amazon Prime, if I'm not mistaken. Again, 3 movies, guys. Wicked, recommend, highly recommend. Can't wait for part 2. Um, Captain America: Brave New World, highly recommend. Again, can't wait to see what Marvel has in the future. Love Hurts, watch it if you want. Again, 4, maybe 5 max out of 10 if you want to go see it. Do that if you guys want. I don't recommend that one, to be honest with you. Was hoping it was better than what the reviews were giving it. I think it got like a 33% on Rotten Tomato. I typically try not to go by reviews and watch things myself, but they kind of hit that spot on. It wasn't a great movie. Watch it if you guys want. Again, 3 great movies here, or I should say 2 out of 3 great movies. You got Wicked, 8.9 out of 10. Captain America: Brave New World, 8.5 out of 10. And then I would say Love Hurts, 4 or 5 max, depending on if you like the movie. I'd be surprised if somebody gives it a better score, to be honest with you. Again, guys, this is actually my first episode here talking about some movie reviews. This is Jax from your Popcorn Review Podcast. Appreciate you guys listening, and hopefully you guys stay tuned to watch anything else that I got coming. Again, this is Jax. Have a great one.